Yo, 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 Karla Frétta. My name is Arnaldur, and today I want to show you my most used lens to date. This is the Sony 18-105. This lens is really like the one who does it all. This was the first lens that I ever got. I've hammered on this lens. It's been with me to so many places. It's so diversified, very verticile. You can do a lot with this lens. I use it both for photography and videography, and it covers so many focal lengths. It's just a beast of a lens. Alright, so I'm gonna start by showing you the build quality, what it looks like, and a few different things that I like about it, and then I'll talk about the photography aspect and then the videography aspect of it, and what my personal opinion and my experience with this lens. Now, if you're just here for any specific topic, you can go in the description down below and you will see. I'll do, timestamps for you guys. I'll also try to keep this not too long. So, let's check out the build quality. Alright, so this is the lens. It's mainly made out of metal, and it just feels very sturdy and nice. Now, my lens has a few scratches, as you can see. It's been with me to, I've dropped this lens a few times and my heart been like, oh, it still works great. It's even been with me to freezing temperatures in Iceland, still works great. And it feels sturdy. So you can see this is metal and it feels very sturdy. Now it's a little bit heavy, but not too heavy. It's the kind of heavy where it's like, this is quality. It's quality heavy. That's what this lens is. Very nice. Now it's also a little bit big, but again, not too big. It's like this big here, and it makes, if you have a small camera like me, I have the Sony A6-300. If you put it on, you will feel like you will look like you know what you're doing. So if you want a lens that will let you look like you know what you're doing, then get this lens. It's a great, it feels nice and it's a quality lens. That's what I'm trying to say. Now the glass looks good. I've no idea what I'm looking for when I'm shopping, for a glass, but it looks very nice and it's shiny and I like it. No scratches on it yet after 3 years of use. Two things that I really like about this lens too is that it has a constant aperture. It's a fixed aperture, so when you're zooming in and changing focal lengths, you're not changing the aperture. This is super nice for filmmaking. Then if you want to change focal length and zoom a little bit in, then all of a sudden you're not going to f5.6 or whatever. Very good. Now, another thing that I also super much like about it is that it does not change sizes either, which is a lot of zoom lenses. I have here this is the Sony 10-18. Now this is a small lens, but you can see here that it changes sizes. Now, when you're using a gimbal, it's annoying because you know how a gimbal works. You have to balance everything, and then all of a sudden you want to zoom in a little bit, and all of a sudden the balance is off. Not nice. So it's very nice with this lens that is like that. Now, last thing is the zoom rings. Now the zoom rings feels very good. It has like a little bit. It's just very smooth when you're zooming in it. It's also made out of metals with little ripples here in it. This is a beautiful design. Nice work, Sony. And the same thing goes for the focus ring that is here. So it works great. And another little feature that it has is this here. This is allows you to zoom at a steady pace. Zoom or zoom out at a very steady pace. Now, I don't use it that much, but I can totally see where it would be nice to use this. It's best for me to go to show you. So let's jump outside for 1 second and I'll show you this, okay? Okay, so I'm not exactly outside. I'm in my studio and everything is just messy, but I figure I can as well do this here. So I'm gonna show you this outside of the window. Smart man. All right, so this is me using the electronic power zoom at a very slow pace. You see how consistent this is? It just goes exactly the same speed the entire time. And then we can do it fast too. If you see, we go here. This is not even the fastest. And then once we can do it super fast, just so you can see. And you see, this is exactly the same pace. Now, if you try to do this with the zoom ring, it's a little bit harder, okay? All right, so now you've seen how the power zoom slider works. It's a steady zoom. I can definitely see where you can use it. I don't use it that much, but I can understand where you can use it. Steady zoom. So let's get back to my home and go through the photography aspect. All right, so welcome back in, and are you guys ready for part number 2, the photography aspect? Now for photography, I think this lens is a killer because again, it's so versatile. I have no idea how to say that word. You can use it in many different situations. It covers so many focal lengths. It covers from 18 to 105. So you can use it in so many different situations, which is great when you just want to carry one lens with you and don't have to change all the time. Perfect in situations like that. Now, I like to hike a lot, so I take this with me a lot and I shoot a lot of landscape with it. Both because I can get a wide angle, I can do great landscape when I get, you know, a lot of things in the picture. And then also, I really like to zoom in my landscape to get the compression. As this picture here, you can see that the mountain is very much up close. It's super compressed and it was super big and I wanted to show that. And you can easily do that with this lens here. For portraits, I even use this lens a lot. I know it's f4, so it's not the most wide open lens that you can get. But if you zoom in and go to like from 72 to 105, you can get some beautiful bokeh. Like you can get some beautiful background blur in your pictures, which is what we like, you know, we all like that bokeh. And also if you want to get bokeh in the lights, if you zoom in, you can get that. So it's great for landscape, city. I use it for landscape, cityscape, and all that stuff. Now it's f.4, so it's not the best night photography lens that you can get, but you can definitely use it, and especially if you put it on tripod and do a long exposure, then you can easily do it. Now I'm not a nighttime photographer, but maybe I'll go out and get one shot so I can put it here in this review. Now it's also relatively short from f4 to f11, especially in the middle. It's pretty damn sharp in the middle, and then around the more around the edges you get, the more softer it gets. And then from f11 to f22, then it just gets less and less sharp. So I mainly use it through those focal lengths. Very good. Now I'm not gonna stand here and say that this is the best lens ever. Now this is a great lens, it's especially great bang for a buck. It's like $500 to $600 for this lens, and you can cover so many things, as I said. But it has some shortfallings. Now the most thing that I annoy myself with this lens is that the image quality, like sometimes I see images taken with few lenses, like this lens that I have here. This is the Sigma 60mm, and it's just so sharp, it's so like flattering. Now this is not like that. I don't know what it is, I can't really pinpoint it, but there's something about the image quality that is like, I'm not saying it's bad, it's a great quality, but it's not like overly flat. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is just that this is not the greatest lens ever, it's just a great lens. Just leave it at that. Now, for filmmaking, I think this is a super good lens. Again, same as photography, because you can have versatile, diversity. You can do so many things with it. It's really, like, if you can only get one lens, this is the lens. This is the same. I did that because I wanted, it covers so much. You know what I'm saying? So if I want a wide shot, I can do that. Also, if you zoom in, I'm able to get super cinematic shot because of that compression and that bokeh you can get. Very nice. It also has OSS, which is Sony's steady inside. They steady it inside. They steady it inside. It's Sony's, it's optimal steady shot, which makes this lens steady. You can see here that now I'm shooting the shot with this lens, and you see it's steady around the edges. And here's a shot with the Sigma 60mm, and it does not have OSS. And then you can see all these micro jitters. This lens take that away, which is crucial in my opinion for filmmaking. Or when I'm choosing lenses based on, I know I'm going to do video work with them, then I try to have them stabilized. Especially because my camera, the Sony a6300, does not have in-body stabilization. If your camera has in-body stabilization, then maybe this is not as, you know, as, where are the English words? As important for you. But for me, this is very important that the lens is stabilized. And there's also, even when I put it on a gimbal, having those micro jitters taken away, it's super nice. Another thing that is so good for filmmaking, I touched on that in the beginning, is that it does not change sizes. Because I like using the gimbal, and when I'm on the gimbal, it's very nice that it does not change sizes when you zoom in. It stays the same. Very nice. Also, that is this fixed aperture at 1.9. I wish this is a 1.4. We all like that bokeh. It's a f4 fixed aperture. Then that's also nice that when you get a shot and you want to zoom a little bit in, it does not all of a sudden change aperture to which is nothing we like. So all in all, for filmmaking, this lens is just so good because you can just slap it on and you know that you are covered. You can get so many different types of shot with it. You can, like, I like to hike and I don't want to carry thousands of lenses, and I don't really like changing lenses all the time. So you can just put this on and you are covered. It's very nice. And the cinematic quality of this lens is nothing to complain about. All right, so I totally forgot to record the autofocus and show you that. So here it is. It's nothing to complain about. It looks like this. I'm very happy with it, and I've never really had any problem with it. This is on track sensor high and the speed normal, but you can change it in your camera. All right, back to the conclusion. Now, so my conclusion is that if you can only have one lens, this is the lens to go. If you want also a zoom lens, this is a great zoom lens. It has fixed aperture 4, it's OSS, it's stabilized, it's relatively sharp, it can get great cinematic footage. It's just a great lens. I'm at least, I'm a happy consumer of this lens. So I'm not getting anything like Sony's not paying me. You can pay me for this. You should pay me for this. I am representing your product because it's a good product. And to be honest, it's just a great bang for your buck. It's pretty inexpensive. Like once you get into it's like $500 to $600 for this lens at the moment. And once you are like, when you go into photography, all of a sudden everything is so expensive. So this lens is not so expensive, especially for the things you get in the lens. Today I own like a few different lenses, but this is still, you know, my go-to lens. I use this is on my camera all the time. I very much like it. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask in comments down below. If you could smack that like button for me, it would really, really help me out. Other than that, thank you for watching. I hope this wasn't too long. I tried to put a lot of B-roll and stuff in it, so it will be more entertaining to watch. And I'll catch you guys all in the next video. I'm out. Peace!